Welcome our principal sir and distinguished delegates. प्रति बेंच रे 2 जन करे स्टूडेंट बसंतु सोशल डिस्टेंस मेंटेन करंतु
like communalism, regionalism and corruption etc. criminalization politics so far as. But my point, how to overcome and how to establish a healthy democracy. There is a saying, democracy healthy in England. You might have read, healthy in England, wealthy in America, very comfortable in. If you want to development India, village development. Sarpachpati. The women have become leaders, but their husbands are taking all these things, leading. Is that women empowerment? What is the necessity? So it is the right time to judge to the students, special reference to try to understand what will be our future. Who will be poorer, poorest. The time for all times and climes. We will have a cooperation. We must fight against injustice. That is the main creed of democracy. Cooperation, participation, and casting its vote with the liberty of thought, expression, belief. It is the students of political science. Encourage what to do and what not to do. We must read, not to get a job. There is question of employment, unemployment. The students after getting postgraduate degree, only 5,000, 4,000, 6,000 contractual appointments. How the teachers should be appointed contractually? Why? Is there injustice?
Right, sir. We listened him carefully and we learned a lot from him also. Head of the department, my good friend Sudarshan sir, Vasan sir, Ranjan Kumar Samal sir. Then we have Subhendu sir, who already pointed out a lot of things on democracy. We have Dharmajit sir. We have with us Lalatendu Mallik sir.
We can, transform the democracy. But the problem with ours is that we question everyone except ourselves. We do not question ourselves. The moment we will start introspecting ourselves, and I am damn sure that we can change the system. Why I started with this negativity of changing the system? The real values of democracy, they remain unrealized. That's why we need the democratization prospect to be effective. And what are the challenges or stumbling blocks in the way of democratization? Of course, poverty, illiteracy, unemployment, criminalization of politics, corruption, they all are the stumbling blocks before democratization. Not give a good makeup to democracy because there are poverty, illiteracy, unemployment, isn't it? All these things they stand before us. How can you come over this? By rectification. What kind of rectification? You need not to visit genres to do a rectification. You can be a genres of your own. You can rectify yourself by awakening yourself, by revisiting your thoughts, by making yourself self-aware, by introspecting where you went wrong last election, what needs to be done, Look, my dear friend, you are the mirror of the society. You are the mirror of the society. Isn't it? Many a time we teach students about paradigm, a belief system, an idea. For example, if I will ask you how the world looks like to you, many a time your answer would be different from your classmate's answer. You know why? Because we see the world from our own perspective. For example, if I am wearing a black lens, then the world looks black in color to me. If the color of my lens is blue, then the world would be blue. If the color of my lens is yellow, then the world would be yellow. I mean to say, we all see the world in our own perspective. And if we can change that perspective in a rightful way, then I believe the democratic country that we live in would be really, I mean to say, a happy living, or really old living, or I believe that it would really be fruitful that if we can change ourselves. And just changing ourselves won't be sufficient. We need to change our surrounding. We need to change our fellow voters. We need to tell them that if you want better governance, be better yourself first. If you want better governance, you be better. Because you are the mirror of the society. But you are not better. तमें 500 टंका नहीं भोट दौच किंतु तापर दिन कौच अरे आम एमएलए टा भल नुह कर सी जो तुमको 500 टंका देव कौन आण करप्शन कले तो बाहर कर सी पुणी 5000 बाहर कले सीना तार पेट्रोल गाड़ी गुड़ा तार लोक अच्छा पुणी समस्त मत दौ तो भिन्न भिन्न टाइम इलेक्शन कैंपेन सरला गुड़ाए कैंपेन हुए बुझे गाँव में पुणी मीटिंग हेल्ले पैसा दिए यात्रा हेल्ले पैसा दिए बुझे गाँव में किसी गोटे अनुष्ठान हेल्ले पैसा दिखती से पैसा आने कौन तुमठू नहीं तो दब ना सो यू आई मीन टू से यू कंपेल योर लीडर टू बी करप्ट आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट अगेन आई एम टेकिंग टू द जनरल वे द लीडर इज नॉट डिफरेंट फ्रॉम यू isn't it? A leader is one among you. Since you are corrupt, your leader is corrupt. Isn't it? If you would be free from corruption, then the leader would be free from corruption. If you would be transparent, government would be transparent. If you would be educated, the government would be educated. If you will be development oriented, the government would be bound to be development oriented. Are you getting the point? The answer is with you. Isn't it? The question before you is, the answer is within you. Whether democracy is right or wrong, whether democracy is transparent or not, whether democracy is accountable or not, this all depends on you. Isn't it? Question yourself, who are you? Isn't it? Whether you appeal within that onion, whether you are truly an Indian as we discussed in We Indian of Khushwant Singh, whether you really understand who you are, whether you recognize yourself. If you can do all this, then I am damn sure you can recognize democracy. I mean to say, no form of democracy is good or bad. It all starts with us and ends with us. That's the reason probably why it is said that democracy is of the people, for the people, and by the people. Isn't it? Are you getting the point? And since democracy starts and ends with you, it is up to you whether you want to make the democratic system better or worse. With this, I am leaving you in confusion, isn't it? It is up to you to answer whether you want democracy or not. If you want democracy, what you need to do. That means your role is at the center of democracy. Thank you all. Corruption-free society is an, stepping stone towards free and fair election. Corruption-free society. Are you getting the point? At individual level, personal, professional, individual, societal, national level. जो भी corruption-free होगा, that you can have free and fair election. है ना? Last one. Impact of reservation. In what sense? Come to the front. A question. Are you talking in favor of reservation or against reservation? Have you read John Rawls comic books? Oh, year graduation or masters? Graduation. Have you read John Rawls पढ़िছো? John Rawls का chain connection पढ़िছো? Chain connection कौन? John Rawls कौन कहते? कहते तो कहले equal liberty to all, fairness of opportunity to all is also justice. यहाँ पर last को कौन कहले? Difference principle is also justice. चला? से जो difference principle is also justice से chain connection को आने. से कहले society का भी cycle chain बने. जमीती गोटे चेन को सुदृढ़ हवा करते आमर तार प्रत्येक पार्ट को सुदृढ़ करिया पड़ो जमीती सोसाइटी को भी सुदृढ़ करिया पड़े प्रत्येक व्यक्ति को सुदृढ़ करिया पड़ो यदि गोटे साइकिल चेन रे गोटे पार्ट दुर्बल हो गला त माने से चेन का दुर्बल हो गला जमीती समाज रे भी यदि कोनोसी व्यक्ति दुर्बल हो गला से समाज भी दुर्बल हो गला तेणु करी गवर्नमेंट रो ए ऑब्जेक्टिव रहबा दरकार जे समाज रे जो दुर्बल व्यक्ति माने अछंती अनुन्नत व्यक्ति माने अछंती मार्जिनलाइज्ड अछंती डाउन ट्रोडन अछंती सेमान को मेन स्ट्रीम करबा हला तनको मेन स्ट्रीम कोरे कोन कहले मुख्य स्रोत को हरिबा ओके तो सेटा हबो कोन somewhere we are inferior to those uneducated people that would vote for them. Okay. I've seen that. मैंने कहा जो मैंने पढ़ला से मैंने भिको मांगी थी करप्शन कर दिया ये बोल तो हाँ कौन I respect that lady कारण से करप्शन कौन जानेंगे से तार घर घर बुली की भिको मांगी थी जो पेट पूर्ण करती कि तुम पंचायत में किसी नंबर से यदि पाठ पढ़ी की होती है चला गया
Now we still have to take respected persons on the dais to say a few words. I now invite Dharmesh sir to briefly, around 5-10 minutes, say something about this seminar.